Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vincent from Retire Thai Style. If you came to the video today, you're probably asking the same question I'm asking, is whether or not you can retire at 55. And I'm 55 years old, and there's not one day that I don't ask this question. Every day since I've started this channel, I've been asking that question. And this really taken me down a very fun journey of doing the research, and I just wanted to maybe share some of that with you. I started looking at financial planning software. I bought something from Bolden, which I would urge you to. I'm going to do a video about that as well. But, as you start doing all this planning, all these questions start to arise. And one of the questions I keep asking myself is, can I retire now? You see, I'm very concerned about, I worry. It's basically the word. I worry about my children's welfare. I just found out from my friend that the first year's tuition at Boston University is $90,000. I mean, it's insanity. That's $500,000. You take that money and invest it in just even now in Apple. I'm sure you're going to make a far greater return on your money. And you probably can learn everything that you learned in college from Khan Academy. So I don't really, I don't know. The argument for college is a little bit nebulous. I went to college and I have a master's degree, but I would have to say that I kind of err on the side that I think college may be enough, and everything else I learned, even technology, software programming, I learned by myself. So, that's a side note. But the question I wanted to answer for us today is, can you retire at 55? And if you wanted to retire now, what can you do? And there's two options that I discovered in this research. Now, as a disclaimer, I asked ChatGPT, AI, this question. And I know many of you may be laughing and say, oh, okay, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But you know what? Don't look at it from that perspective, because ChatGPT is going to aggregate all this information from you. I mean, if you were to do a Google search, it'd be the same thing. But it's got much more current and relevant information. Now, I want to tell you what it found for me. So for the rule of 55, it's mainly for 401ks. There's another rule called 72T, and that's for IRAs and 401ks. So those are the two options when you're at, before you're 59 and a half. So what Rule of 55 allows you to do, and I'll read it to you right now from what it told me. It allows penalty-free withdrawals from 401k or 403b. If you leave your job in the year you turn 55 or later, there's no need for fixed withdrawals. You can take money as needed. Only applies to the 401k from your most recent employer, not IRAs or past 401ks. But it does not apply to IRAs. But you can roll a past 401k into your current employer before quitting. You must separate from your employer in the year you turn 55 or later. Withdrawals are still subject to income tax. Okay, so that's the rule of 55. The other rule is called 72T. And 72T is for IRAs and 401ks. And what that says is, it applies to both IRAs and 401ks, not limited to a current employer's plan, can be used at any age before 59 and a half as long as you follow the rules. So I'll tell you what the rules are generally in a moment. You don't need to quit your job. You can keep working while using it. And what it says is, it requires you to take fixed withdrawals based on an IRS formula for at least 5 years or until you turn 59 and a half. Once started, you can't change the amount or stop withdrawals without penalties, and withdrawals are subject to income tax. Which one is better for early retirement? If you have 401k and leave your job at 55 or later, the rule of 55 is much more flexible. If you retire earlier than 55 or need access to IRA funds, then Rule 72T may be your only option. So to me, Rule 72T is, I think the scenario could be one of two things. One is you absolutely need the money now. Maybe you have some problem where you can't. You need the money. So that he gives you that option to do that, withdraw early. But if you read here, it says you can keep working while using it. So the only other thing I can imagine for that is maybe you want to take that money and put it into the Roth, because you want to take the tax hit now. Maybe you're in a lower income tax bracket, but you don't need the money for retirement necessarily. The other option is maybe you want to invest it for something. So you're pay the tax now, take the money out. I don't know, maybe buy a home or some kind of business. That's the only thing I can really think of. Please do your research on this, because these are just options that are out there in the marketplace, but it requires some careful planning, and obviously ask a tax advisor. I don't provide financial advice on any of this stuff, but I will take take into consideration what this is saying to me. This is a very interesting option for those of you. 55 is a tender age. I can't wait to retire. I'm probably maybe a little bit more like you. I'm really tired of what I'm doing and I want to do something different. I look at guys like Joe Rogan or Donald Trump even, and I'm just amazed at their energy and the fact they can do what they do. But then again, it sounds like they love what they do. Rogan for sure. Donald, I don't know, but he's doing great things for us. Regardless of that, I want to make this a political rant. I'm going to leave it here with you. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Please comment as well, because that will help me make better content for you. And if you need something more subsequent so I can dig deeper, put it in the comments and I'll do it for you. So that's it for today's video. Please, I should just say thank you very much for coming here and stay tuned for more. And I'll see you in the next one.